All right, guys, I'm going to show you our digital guidebook. Now, we have two separate digital guidebook, one from Hostfully and one from Charge Automation. Now, the reason we have two is just because Charge Automation came with a free digital guidebook, so we decided to use it. Now, our main digital guidebook is from Hostfully. There is an additional cost to have a digital guidebook with Hostfully. So if you don't want to pay for it and you use Charge Automation, then use their guidebooks. But I'm going to, one of the main reasons why we're talking about digital guidebooks is because they truly take a lot of the workload off your staff, you and your staff. I'm going to show you how. And then they also enhance the guest experience, which in turn gives you better reviews, which in turn gives you more bookings. So I'm going to give you some numbers. The repetitive questions, a digital guidebook has reduced that by 52%. In terms of our average rating and reviews due to better user experience, that has gone up also. We were averaging 4.65 period. And now we average 4.75 to 4.8. Now, this is throughout my entire portfolio. There's some properties that get 5 stars all the time. There's some properties that are averaging 4.9. But in my entire portfolio, and if you are a manager of a large property, a large portfolio, you know it's very difficult if you had that property for years to keep your rating super high because you're not going to please everyone. But anyways, let me share my screen here real quick. So here's our digital guidebook from Charge Automation. So these are all the fields, right? And the beauty about anyone, so let me just go over some of these, right? The door lock instructions, emergency maintenance, if they have to call for that. How to use the thermostat, coffee maker, check out instructions, internet access. In this particular property, we have an outdoor shower. How to use that, how to use the washer, how to use the dryer. Everything on that property, anything that, we talked about the coffee maker, the blender is what I was thinking of, the blender, the thermostat, anything that there may be a question from a guest, we have it in the digital guidebook. So let me show you how that works. So they get on the guidebook, and let's just start with how to use the door lock. So this is what they get. They get the instructions on how to use the door lock. They have it in written form, and then they also have it via video.
To enter the property, enter your 4-digit code into the lock on the door.
Let me show you one more. Let me close that. Let's say they want to use the coffee maker. Again, they get written instructions and they get the video.
To use the coffee maker, grab a pod and enter into the coffee maker. Then pull down on the handle and press the start button.
So that gives you an example of our digital guidebook and how important it is, because it truly saves you and your staff a lot of time. Oh, and let me explain how it saves time. It's not just if they ask a question, you're going to direct them to the guidebook. No. If they ask a question and you're using a PMS system like Hostfully that has AI implemented with it, AI will answer the question. AI will provide them the link. So you don't have to do it, and the guest doesn't have to ask you. You send them the link, and then send them the link to the guidebook, and then they have to do that, right? We prefer that AI does it automatic. If they ask a question, how to use a coffee maker, they're going to send them the written instructions, plus they're going to send them the link to the video that I just showed you.